Before we begin, please take a second to like and subscribe, as it helps out the channel a lot. Thank you. This happened in late November of last year. I had just moved into a new apartment complex about 20 minutes outside of Philadelphia. It wasn't anything fancy, just a small apartment on the third floor in an older building, the kind with paper-thin walls, but decent enough for someone living alone. I had just broken up with my girlfriend a month before, and I was still adjusting to being completely by myself again. No roommates, no pets, just me. I needed the silence and peace to reflect on my life. Work had been stressful that week. I do freelance video editing for a couple indie documentary producers, and deadlines were piling up. I had been glued to my screen all day, barely taking time to stand up, let alone cook. By the time I shut my laptop, it was almost midnight, and I realized I hadn't eaten anything since lunch. I didn't want to go out. It was cold, the wind was brutal, and honestly, I hadn't talked to a single person all day. I just wanted to eat something warm and crash on the couch with some garbage TV. So I grabbed my phone and ordered from a Thai place I'd used before. It was one of the few spots still delivering that late. I ordered pad see with tofu, a Thai iced tea, and spring rolls. I remember that detail because I always get the same thing. The app said it would arrive in 35 to 45 minutes, which was normal. I turned on some dumb reality show and started scrolling through Reddit while I waited. The weirdness started with a tiny detail that didn't register until later. Normally I get a little text saying your order has been picked up by the driver's name and the model of the car. But this time, all it said was, your order is on the way. Driver, Justin. No car model, no plate number, no estimated time of arrival, just his name, Justin. I didn't think much of it at the time. Figured it was just a glitch in the app or something. I even joked to myself that Justin sounded like a fake name, like one of those default aliases scammers use. But whatever, I was too tired and hungry to care about a little glitch on my phone. About 40 minutes later, the app pinged me again. Your driver has arrived. I got up, paused the show, and walked over to the door. I live on the top floor, so I'm used to hearing footsteps coming up the stairs, delivery drivers fumbling around, knocking, all of that. But when I looked through the peephole, I didn't see anyone. I opened the door cautiously. The hallway was completely empty. No bag, no footsteps, no sound. I leaned over the railing and looked down the stairwell. Nothing. At this point, I thought, okay, maybe the guy left it downstairs. So I grabbed my keys, threw on some shoes, and went down the 2 flights to the building entrance. It's one of those older buildings where the outer door locks at night, and the driver would have had to buzz to get in. But there was no food there. No bag, no drinks, no one standing around. I stood there for a minute, freezing my ass off, trying to figure out if maybe the guy had left it with a neighbor. I opened the app again. It said delivered. I clicked on Justin's profile. There was no photo, no car information. And when I tried messaging him, it just gave me an error. That's when everything started to feel wrong. I wasn't full on panicking, but just that little gut pull you get when something doesn't quite make sense. I started walking back upstairs, and I was halfway up when I stopped. Because I heard something. 3 soft knocks. From inside my apartment. I froze. There was no one else on my floor. It's just my unit. There's no reason anyone should have knocked unless they were standing at my door, and I had just left it a minute ago. I walked over slowly, trying not to make a sound, but as I got closer, I didn't hear anything else. No footsteps, no rumbling. I hesitated, then slowly turned the key and opened the door, and the first thing I noticed was the smell. Thai food. My apartment smelled of fresh, warm Thai food. I stepped inside and locked the door behind me immediately. I scanned the living room, and it was empty. I walked into the kitchen and just stopped. There was a paper bag sitting neatly on the counter. It was the food I had ordered. The bag had the receipt stapled at the front with my name on it. I felt my legs go numb. How did it end up there? I had locked the door when I went downstairs. There's no way that delivery guy could have entered my apartment. I walked over and grabbed the bag. It was still sealed and warm. I knew for a fact I hadn't left the door unlocked. I always double-check it, and there were no signs of a break-in. No scratches on the frame, no windows open, nothing. I checked the whole apartment, closet, bathroom, under the bed. Even the tiny utility room where the water heater is. No one. But someone had been inside and put the food bag there. I didn't eat it. I couldn't. For all I know, it could have been poisoned and the guy could have been hiding somewhere. I dumped the whole thing in the trash and sat up the rest of the night with a kitchen knife nearby. I was full on paranoid. Even though I had checked every single room, I still felt unsafe, as if I was being watched. The next morning, I called the restaurant. I asked to speak to the manager, told him I had questions about the delivery. He checked my order and told me something that gave me chills. He said they never had a driver named Justin. Their night driver, the only one working past 10 p.m., had clocked out an hour before my order even went through. So whoever Justin was, he didn't work for the restaurant. I reported it to the app. They said they'd look into it, but I never got a real follow-up. Just a refund and a short apology email. A week later, the building manager got back to me about the security footage. I had asked if we could check it just in case. He said the main camera in the lobby was down for maintenance, but the backup one outside had caught something. He showed me a short clip. It was blurry and low res, but you could make out a tall man in a gray hoodie wearing a backpack entering the building at 12:32 a.m. He looks up at the third floor window, then walks out of frame. That was it. They never caught him leaving. I changed my locks the next day, bought a new deadbolt and a security camera for my door. I haven't ordered food at night since. Doesn't matter how hungry I am. I cook now, or I go out myself to eat.